So first order of
Hey,
business,
over here.
we gotta go
Where
talk to
are you
Bara.
going?
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Yes, you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that, unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining.
Ain't that
Like
the truth?
Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offence, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with it.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He ricks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And, not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue. Otherwise, Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
Right, we got info on Tomcat, so that's where we'll go learn the Master Strike.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
Where are you headed? If you're only passing through here.
For work. To the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
You said you're going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet.
You're something like a wanderer?
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary or help in the tavern, but I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller or a nomad. But don't say it too loud. The locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
I'm practically
here we go.
naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed. Although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armor?
So this one, we're going to go with the knight.
I could use some armor.
That one will pass.
Proper, like, for a night. And no rusty junk.
And
Yeah, no rusty junk.
you are like a knight?
Well, yeah. I don't look so good. But I swear I came here in armor, sword at my side, and on a horse.
Wow. And where is your armor, sword, and horse now?
That's a long story. And it's not a happy tale.
Well, you can hardly buy new armor now, but you might find something in the town hall armory. Although you'll need quick hands.
She's going to give us a lockpick here. We'll say thank you.
Thanks. These will come in handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
Damn.
Should give us 5 groschen.
It'll take you.
I'm going to skip the rest of this because it's starting to drag a bit and there's not anything that interesting.
My mate, how much?
So getting to the wedding, we will figure that out real soon.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
Thank you, Bara, for taking, what is that, 8 minutes of our life. So a couple things we could do here. We start off here in Troskovitz. We need to get up here to Takov, but we could spend some time here collecting herbs and brewing some potions. That's usually how I proceed, but we may go a different route. Well, actually, it's probably best to do that. Let's see what we have in our inventory. So 55 out of 70 weight. It's not good. And we've got some pretty bad clothing. Some of it's okay, but most of it's just junk. All right, there we go. We're good on that. We do have some stuff we can sell. Let's go repair first. We'll offload some of our weight. Actually, no, we can keep the weight because if we walk around overburdened, that's actually going to help us. So why don't we do that? So in order to create the fox potion, which is the main one you should be doing right when you leave, and we need that to help counteract some of the negative perks that we have. So we're getting a minus 40%. So by taking the fox potion at a Henry level, we'll be getting basically plus 10%. So basically breaking even. The alchemy, we need to get this up to level, what is it, 14 or 16? 16. So we've got a little bit of work to do there. One thing we could try to go for, a scholarship is already at 7 and it's almost to level 8. There's a book in here that we can read and it's wide open. We're not going to go to jail or get in trouble for going in there. Always greet them peacefully and then you'll get a little bit of reputation from it for doing it once in a while. So here we go, into the scribe's office. There's a book, and it's just enough. So that puts us at level 8. That's kind of important because we're going to be doing a couple things. So Wonders of Man gives us craftsmanship and thievery skill XP gain of 20%. This Wonders of Nature gives survival and alchemy. We definitely need this one because alchemy and survival are the two things we're going to be doing heavily. Now the other one, do we want to get horsemanship and houndmaster XP, or do we want craftsmanship and thievery? We're not really doing either of these. So we'll probably save it. Cushion gives you a comfort increase. That's just like so pointless. So we won't do that. Some of these other perks are nice. So repair with cobbler kits. This is under horseman, the saddler. So it'll give us a little bit more efficient use of the cobbler kit. And then we get a +1 bonus to thievery. So we'll take that. Don't think drinking we'll be doing a whole lot of in the early game. And then craftsmanship, this is probably one of the better ones that we'll take. So right here, razor sharp. By sharpening our weapons, we get a bonus. So it's a 10% damage to slashing. And we are going to go back and sharpen up our blades right now. We could take enthusiast. This is while you're brewing potions, your energy will slowly replenish and your nourishment will not decrease. So we'll be doing some of that. That might help. Potion seller if we want to make money selling potions, but I guess not a big deal. Raw food and herbs will spoil 50% slower, which is good because it counteracts the negative perk that we have. So we might actually do that. At level 8, we can only take one of these two because they're exclusive. So we do want to spend one of these. I think Art of Preservation would be nice. So let's take that. In terms of our main level, oh man, here's all our negative perks. We got Instant Alchemist. I don't know where we got that from. That's a new one to me. But we got Charming Man or Opportunist. I think we'll probably keep this playthrough relatively clean because hardcore mode, it's really hard. It's harder to steal from people because you don't have the rabbit telling you if you're being spotted or not. So we'll probably won't do as much of that. We'll go Charming Man. That'll give us higher reputation gain. Also, I have a mod that decreases reputation gain by 25%. So that helps cover up some of that. Deft Hands is always going to be really good. It helps you use weapons sooner. And then speech, I'll probably save these. I don't really want to spend a perk point on that just yet. So we'll hang on to that. Combat, we've got warfare and heavy weapon. I think we'll save a lot of these perks actually. Yeah, let's go for armor reduction. Sundering blow on heavy. We'll keep the warfare perk for later. We're not using any of this right now anyways, so it's not a big deal. And we could steal some stuff. Usually I go for some of these books that are out in the open, and then we could steal some stuff from the scribe. Not really necessary though. Let's maybe do it another time when we have a higher skill. And then we can do some sharpening here. Now you'll notice this is going quite a bit faster than what we would normally get. You see how fast it snaps to it? That's the mod that I have. So picking up herbs, brewing potions, doing all that stuff is a lot easier.
All right, done.
I think, yeah, we got it on both. So there we go. We got the bonus. All right. One thing we want to do is offload some of this stuff, and we should probably repair some things. So we have a blacksmith, marksman, tailor kit. But you know what? Let's actually we'll do all that later. Yeah, I don't want to spend any of those repair kits because we're going to get some clothing that helps us. We'll get more use out of those repair kits. So you can see here, instead of having to bend over and pick these things up, it's just like an instant.
I've already done my back in.
Oh, there we go. There's our negative perk. It just turned on right now. So
Ow.
we bend over. Now you know that we
comes
can't
from
sprint
banding
and we move a lot slower. So doing this and then getting ambushed would be a horrible, horrible thing. So anyways, I'm going to spend some time here just walking around collecting as much stuff as we can so we can get some skill in survival. And then we'll go craft a bunch of potions.
This damn back.
We're going to have to listen to Henry complaining the whole time. But let's go ahead and pause here and I'll edit the rest out unless anything interesting comes up. We'll come back. We've been doing a decent amount of picking. We've got survival up to 8, so we'll take flower power. This will give us 2 more charisma as long as we have some herbs in our pockets. We'll save the other point for later. We want to get leg day and lucky find next. Those are both at level 10, so we'll hang on to these until we unlock that. So let's get back to picking.
That's what comes from bending badly.
This guy's stuck. Still got some pathing issues here.
My back.
I just hit a certain weight threshold. I don't know exactly how much or what it was exactly, but we are literally crawling now. Like very, very, very slow. So something changed because you still walk slow, but not like this. I don't know if it's a mod that changed it or if that's hardcore mode. But yeah, this is painfully slow. But that's all right. I'm going to keep grinding. All right, I collected something and it like unstuck my character. I think it might have been a bug because now we're walking at that normal rate, even though we've picked up a lot more stuff since then. So something weird happened there. Again, I don't know if it's the hardcore perks or if it's one of the mods that I've got. Yeah, it definitely seems tied to that bad pack perk. When you get a certain overweight.
Christ. I've already done my back in.
Yeah. Keep picking up stuff. It's going to hurt your back. So every time we bend over and get that perk, it slows us down. I know it's supposed to normally slow you down or keep you from sprinting, but this is like, it slows your walking speed down too if you're overweight or overburdened. So that's good to know.
Damn back.
But anyways, I think that issue is resolved. I collected quite a bit of stuff up here. I think what we'll do is head south to closer to where that alchemy bench is. Yeah, there's an alchemy bench right across the way. And then we need to start crafting. I don't want to spend all day collecting herbs. All right, we're walking around overburdened. We finally got level 6 in strength. So we did gain a level from that. Vitality is about to pop as well. You get strength and vitality by walking around overburdened. So this one, oh man, it's tough because they're both really good. Train hard, fight easy is incredibly powerful because you can take, it's just like that other one. You can use weapons sooner and it also increases your damage. But man, we are really struggling for carry capacity right now. So I'm very tempted to take this. I think I'm going to go train hard, fight easy though. We'll take pack mule next. Strong as a bull after that. We'll take the other ones and then we'll come back to that one later. There's our vitality level 6. Now this one, nourishment decreases by 30% slower. And I know we have the negative perk that makes us hungry faster. It's still, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Thick-blooded, you'll bleed slower. I don't know that that's really that big of a deal either. I kind of want to save up for these next two. So balanced diet is really good if you can get that perk active. And then creative soul is also really good. So your energy will slowly replenish while you do alchemy, sharpening, blacksmithing, and playing dice. Kind of similar to the other one, but it's in the vitality tree. Yep, so we'll hang on to those for now. Let's keep collecting. Now, one thing we need to start targeting are these marigold. These are pretty easy to use for a potion that's very useful. The marigold decoction would be good because it's a healing, but we'll keep looking for those. They're not rare, but they're also not as common as, say, like the dandelion. Some of these other ones. Nettle is really easy to find as well. So we'll keep trying to look for that. Just a little bit more, then we'll go craft. So why don't we head back into town? I don't see any more orange. So we'll head back. We'll go to the alchemy bench. There's a little bit more over there as well that we can take. We'll start grabbing stuff from there. Let's briefly talk about some of the mods that I have. So there's some texture mods that I'm using. It changes texture on a lot of things like the bushes, the trees, things like that, benches, all that. I also have a mod that increases the amount of troops, like soldiers, guards, and all that. All right, I can't pass this up because there's so many things in such a small area. We don't need any more nettle, but we'll take it. But anyways, yeah, there's a mod that increases the number of soldiers and guards in each town. There's also one that increases the number of bandits that you run into, so it kind of evens out. Yeah, here's a good example. You see how many guards are on this? Usually there's 2. This one's got 6. So you want to rob these guys, you're going to be getting into a pretty big fight. Or if there's bandits, they'll have to chew through that many people to get to the trade goods and stuff. Here we go. We'll hop the fence. The alchemy bench is right in here. We'll be there in just a minute. Let's go ahead and finish collecting some of the marigold. So I think the main one we'll work on is marigold decoction, and this is nettle and marigold and water. So nettle, marigold, it's 2 marigolds, so we can make about 25, 26 sets of these potions. That's probably going to be plenty. Now you'll notice a bit of a difference here. When we go, we immediately jump right in. It's so much faster with this mod. So we add water, marigold, and nettle. We need 2 nettle to the cauldron. And then we boil for 2 turns. And then marigold, we'll go ahead and grind it up. And we don't need to boil it again, so once that's done, we'll just pull it up. And then this one is just finely pour, so we don't need to distill or anything. There we go, we got marigold.
Should I have added more of that marigold?
Did I only do 1? Interesting, I thought I did 2. All right, let's do it again. And then we'll start editing these out. Let me just make sure I can get a good one. We go 2 turns. We'll pick that back up. Put our grinded nettle. Oh, I'm an idiot. I did it backwards, didn't I? Yeah, I'm not even going to get the right week. Oh, boy. It's going to be one of those days. That's all right. We'll get through it. I'm going to pause here while I focus on doing this the right way. There we go. I did it right. So what I was doing is I was doing 2 marigold and 1 nettle. I'm an idiot. I fixed it. So we're getting the correct amount now and a strong variation, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to do that a few times. We'll grind through this, and then we'll get to the exciting stuff soon. We hit alchemy level 9. We also got the lab dweller perk and another set of 3 strong marigold. Here we go. A few more minutes. We got alchemy 10. This is going to be a big perk for us. So let's back out, and we'll take some perks here. So the big one, we want secret of matter. So every time we successfully brew a potion, we get +1. So instead of 3, we'll get 4. Not too worried about making mistakes. Once I get it down, I mean, I've messed up a bunch, but once I get it down, I pretty much won't make any more mistakes. We'll take secret of matter first. Still have a point to spend. Yeah, I think we'll hold on to it. None of these are going to apply to us right now while we're farming anyway, so we'll just hang tight. We got 6 more levels to go. Hang in there, especially for me, because I'm going to be grinding out. But like I said, I'll try and edit this quickly so that it's more interesting. Yeah, you can see here we got strong marigold, amount 4, so we went from 3 to 4. It's working. We should be able to get a lot more potions, which we can either use, sell, or both. Just hit alchemy 12. Don't remember what perks are on that. Let's take a quick look. Dark arts apprentice. So when you brew between certain hours, you work better, so you make less mistakes. We also get a +2 bonus to coercion and domination. Sorry, coercion, domination, and intimidation stats. It's pretty good. Only works when you're talking to commoners though, so it's not as useful. Easily achieve a higher quality product. Is really not that big of a deal. Healing potions heal you 25% faster is actually pretty nice. If you're in the heat of battle, you really do need to get your HP back up. So this might not be a bad idea. We'll take that one right now. So Secret of Secrets is the next, well, not the next level, but 2 more levels. So the next perk we get will be here, 14, sorry, Secret of Matter, and then Secret of Secrets is 16. We go back to the grind. We got 14. Let's go take the perk. We're almost to 16, almost done. We are starting to get tired. I think I forgot to take that perk, didn't I? So energy will replenish slowly while we're doing this. Yeah, let's take Enthusiast just to get it done. And then Secret of Matter 2, we're going to get 2 more potions. So that should put us at 6 every time we craft. Level 16, we'll have Secret of Secrets. We'll get our Henry Fox. And then everything will be good at that point. We used up all of our Marigold. It's time to use, I think, chamomile decoction. So we need wine. There we go. Switch that over to wine. We need our chamomile and sage. We don't have a lot of this. We might struggle getting to 16 using the crappy potions, but that's all right. So chamomile, we need 2. Drop it down for 1 turn. All right, grind the sage, add it to the cauldron once this thing's done, and then that's it. So only 1 turn to boil. This is probably the faster one of the 2. We just don't have a lot of sage. That's the problem. Here we go. Strong chamomile. We got 6 of these bad boys. We'll take it. Right, I'm going to grind the rest of these out. We'll be right back. Here we go. We finally got there. Strong chamomile brew. Pushed us over the edge. Level 16. So if we take this perk, Secret of Secrets, we now are able to brew Henry tier potions if we get everything just right. Take that perk. The only issue here is we don't have the right materials to craft the stuff that we need. We can craft some things, but not everything. And our weight is gone drastically over now. We're 202 out of 75. So every time you craft, you actually gain weight because, yeah, that's how physics works. So a couple things we can craft here still, I think. Not that many, though. We need to be able to get into the shop. What time is it? It is 8 o'clock. Probably closed. Let's see if we can get in there. Maybe we can go buy him out. Nice, he's open still. Perfect. Oh, we don't have clothes on. Let's maybe we'll put some clothes on first. There we go. So we could probably use the belladonna. That's never a bad thing to have. We also need charcoal, so let's buy all of that. St. John's wort. I don't know if we have St. John's wort. Yeah, we have 2. It's not enough. We'll buy them out of all of that. So those 3 ingredients should be fine. It's going to cost us 123. Whoa, we only have 5 groschen. So we need to sell some stuff. Let's get rid of all of these chamomile brews, because that's just not something that we can really use. That'll give us 178 and pay for the stuff that we have. The trader still has a little bit of cash, but that's fine. He can have a few things. Actually, let's get rid of these weak marigold. We don't want to accidentally take that. Same thing with the regulars. We got strong. We could actually sell a few of these, the strong ones. There we go. We'll haggle for the rest. Warum nicht? And
We have a deal?
We're nearly there.
what? Are you kidding me?
Agree to
Wow.
that.
He didn't want to go 2 groschen on a 300 groschen. Well, actually, it was more like 450 because we bought even more. So what a pinch purse. And you know what we could do is grab a few more marigold. This will come in handy. I think we should probably get the Henry tier rather just the strong ones.
Christ, I've already done my back in.
There goes our back. Oh man. Here we go, back at the alchemy bench. Let's make as many fox potions as we can. So this one starts off with oil, and then we need nettle, which we have fresh. We have 1 belladonna that's fresh as well. Charcoal, nettle, and then the last one is what? St. John's wort? We'll use the dried one. There we go. So grind this St. John's wort and the nettles. It's 1 of everything. So 1 St. John's wort, 1 nettle, grind it up, add it to the cauldron, and boil for 2 turns. We'll drop it down. There's 1 turn. Next, we need to grind the charcoal, belladonna, 1 more turn. That's fine. We'll do it in order just to make sure I don't mess it up because we have a very limited supply of this. We need to make sure we get these right every single time. So turn 2, we will lift it up. I got that. Let's grab our charcoal. This one goes in the grinder. Grind it and add. Belladonna is straight in and boil for 1 turn. Once that's done, we will lift it up, throw it in a file, and we should be good to go. There it is. Moment of truth. Henry's Fox. We got it. Hell yeah. Okay, let me do the rest of these so we have enough of these on hand that we don't run out for a while anyways. And then we'll see what to do after that. All right, final one. We are out of materials. We got a Henry Fox. So we got 6 times 5 was that 30. We got 30 of these things. Yep, there we go. 30 Henry Fox potions. And I should have stopped to drink one of these while we were doing all that. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but what else can we do? So materials, we want to get a couple different potions here. So Savior Schnapps is a good one. We need nettle and belladonna. We don't have a lot of belladonna. We have 6. So we could get 3 times 6, so 18. I think that's plenty. Nighthawk would be really good as well. We only have, well, shoot, that takes belladonna and chamomile. So yeah, let's do a couple Nighthawks. It's really hard to edit in the dark in this game, so I'd rather just use the potion. So Nighthawk, we're going to start with water. We need Eyebright, which we have plenty of, belladonna, which we have only 6 of, and then chamomile we have a decent amount of, so we should be fine there. Grind the Eyebright, so 2 Eyebright. We grind it, add it to the cauldron, and then add the belladonna, boil for 3 turns. Next we need to grind the chamomile, and then we'll leave it in at the very end. So we got 2 more turns, 1 more turn. All right, last turn, once this is done, we just need to throw the chamomile in and then decant. And that gave us Henry's Nighthawk. That's perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. So I'm going to finish brewing up some more of these and then we'll head out. We just hit level 18. Level 18 alchemy, we can take, let's see, Dark Arts Apprentice. We could do Poison Specialist or Purple Haze, but we need level 1 of those to do it. We're actually maxed out. Yeah, we need to take some of these other ones then. So Potion Seller wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Poison Specialist might not be a bad idea either, although I don't know that I want to rely on that too much. It's a little cheesy. I'm going to go ahead and take Purple Haze. For every potion or alcohol effect we have active, we get Vitality +1. The sooner we take that, the more effective it is. The later stages of the game, we're going to have our Vitality maybe not maxed out, but close to maxed out. It won't have as much effect on us. So yeah, let's take advantage of it right now. So it's very dark. Now would be a good time to use a Nighthawk potion, but I think we're just going to travel. We're going to go up here. So Blacksmith Radovan. I don't expect anything interesting to happen, so we just need to get up there so we can get access to a bed and a treasure chest.
Around here, you need a light after dark.
I know, I forgot the hotkey.
And lo, there was light. And he saw that, it was good. Now move along.
All right, there we go. So we're going to hobble our way. We're really slow right now. We have the max overburden, which is actually not a bad thing necessarily. Oh, you know what? I didn't even take the Henry Fox. I completely forgot. So we'll take a Henry Fox. That's going to increase our XP gain, kind of. I mean, we're getting hit really heavy from the hardcore negative perk. So this basically just balances it out. So what we'll do is we'll walk all the way up to Tarkov, and then we'll probably have to wait there for a little bit for daytime to happen. And then we'll take some strength and vitality XP along the way since we're overburdened. So we'll be back. Anything interesting happens, we'll let you know. Here we go. We got our second level of vitality. So we're at level 7 and level 7 strength. So that popped. And main level 7.
Oh, God.
Here we go. There's some stuff here we can take. Fine wine, some mead, bread, and some stuff in a basket.
And the locals still
We'll take all of that. There we go. We'll move on. There's an ambush up there. Normally there's 2 bandits up there. You can see right now there's a significant amount of people. I think it's 5 or 6. There's no way we can do anything here to help this guy, and we can't take on those bandits. There's just way too many. But we're going to bypass. We got vitality level 8. We should have strength following up pretty soon. So we'll get 2 levels out of this short trip. That's not bad. There's our strength, level 8. We made it to Tarkov. The blacksmith is up here on the left. Problem is he's sleeping. Yeah, it's midnight right now. So we'll have to wait for a little while. We can talk to him in the morning. I don't know what this guard's complaining about. We didn't do anything, but all right. Main level 8. So we'll head up to the tavern. We'll just chill outside, I think, and we'll wait for morning. What might not be a bad idea, let me just walk while we're waiting. It'll be a little grindy, but we need to get our skills up just a little bit more, and then we'll be in much better shape. So we can take Memorable now for level 8 on our main level. Changes to reputation, good or bad, spread widely. That'll help us increase our reputation everywhere. And then here, I think we take Pack Mule. It's going to give us 12-pound increase to carry capacity. And then here we go. Vitality, balanced diet. We just need to not go hungry or stuffed or anything like that for 3 days, and then we'll get increased to our stamina regen and then 10% more XP for vitality. We already have that one perk that helps us with alchemy for energy replenishment. I guess it wouldn't be too bad if we wanted to do sharpening, smithing, or playing dice. Probably not that big of a deal. I think we'll save it for some of these other ones that are coming up soon. Also, I forgot to take these, but I mean, we weren't really collecting stuff yet anymore anyway. So survival, we'll take Leg Day and Lucky Find. Those are 2 very good. Leg Day gives you strength every time you collect herbs. Lucky Find, you have a chance to get small treasures and items and stuff. So you make a little bit of money doing that. There we go. So I'm going to, let me pause this while we grind this out. It's daytime. The blacksmith is almost back at his station. It's still 6, so he's still got some time left, but we've been getting a decent amount of levels. We've got 11 strength, 11 vitality, about to hit 12. Main level will hit 11 soon as well. Let's not take perks until we're ready to go though. But yeah, we're almost there. There he is. He's sitting down. I don't know if he'll talk to us about doing this stuff or if we have to wait until like, I don't know, 8 or 9 in the morning, something like that. Let's see if he's willing to do it.
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last 2 hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine, a fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge.
So we're gonna get some supplies to
Farewell,
build
my friend.
or to craft a sword. Same thing with like Bojena's tutorial. If we do it right now with that mod, it's gonna not let us out of the smithing. So let's not do that and then have to waste all this time. So let me go ahead and save real quick. I'll exit, take the mod off, and then we'll come back and finish this. Here we go. Let's try it. Here we go. Grab everything from here, and then we'll start blacksmithing. So we need to make a hunting sword, and we got to heat this thing up. We got to do it somewhat evenly. All right, this dude's interrupting me. I can't. Let me move. It's gonna burn. I hate these tutorials. I really do. This and the alchemy one. The alchemy one's even worse. This one's not as bad, but it's still pretty bad. Here we go.
Try moving the sword along the get the hang of it.
So pretty easy. We just gotta move it back and forth. If you go to the very extreme end, it oftentimes doesn't actually. You won't get the sparks. There we go. Let's get our stamina back. We want to make sure we're whistling to get the best. This is such an awkward dialogue line.
Turn it
The sword has 2 sides.
Continue on the other side.
Like me. I'm like a psychopath. Alright, so flip it over. Let's get whistling again.
Nice.
It's going to force us to hit it until it cools off, and then we'll have to put it back in the furnace for a bit. Right back to the forge.
Do it all in one go.
There we go. We should be able to finish this in a couple of hits. There we go. We're done. Now we just got to quench and then sharpen it. Anytime you craft it, it's always going to need sharpening immediately after. The better job you do, the less sharpening you have to do. Like sometimes if it's really jacked up, you'll have to do, it'll start at like 40 or 50%, something like that. And if it's a decent job, you'll maybe start at 80 or 90, something like that. So hopefully we get a tier 3 sword and we can use this one and sell the other ones that we've got. Yep, tier 3. But we need to double check our inventory to make sure that it is actually tier 3.
Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
Right, I'm gonna breeze through the rest of this because he already explained it while we were doing it, but I do want to pick up the speech XP. So let's just blah blah blah. There we go. Now we can talk about the next quest. So now, where do I get materials? We steal them. That's where we get our materials from. So shut your mouth.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them, though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Where exactly is my
And then we
bed?
get a bed
At the
opening
side
up
of the
here.
house, there are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed, and you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody will steal them.
Here we go.
What now?
Now let's
What do you think?
proceed.
You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords.
Yeah, he wants
but
us to
what
go
the
check
locals
out.
really need is axes
Oh,
and
actually,
horseshoes.
horseshoes.
Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more
more interesting work. We need to go down to Simeon. So let's talk to him right now before... No, don't run. Don't run. We're so slow we can't even catch him if he's walking it away. So let's pick up a few more smithing things.
Thanks.
No, that's everything. We don't need more practice. We're not going to pay for training right now. So let's have him tell us about the
some more
interesting job.
interesting work for me. What would that be?
This is the main
Those
quest.
two idiot hands of mine, Venser
Idiot
and Franzi.
hands.
They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semin, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semin and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Semin that can take a cart. It leads from Takov to Troskovitz, and then to the south.
Yeah, that's the road
But
we
I've
took
got
to
a
get
bad
here.
feeling they got up to no good in Semin.
Those two hands of yours, Venser and Franzi, what can you tell me about them?
Can't tell you much. They're wandering laborers. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long, but these days I can use all the help I can get.
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers. And I can't say that about everyone.
What was the cart carrying?
Bugger and bollocks. All sorts
Fucker
of
and
stuff.
bullet.
I'd say Lord Semin wants to rearm his garrison with new equipment. There were some hunting swords,
This is the polite way of saying F all.
bastard swords, crossbow bolts. I also fixed the trigger on young Semin's crossbow. And some kitchen stuff. Sacks of charcoal, all sorts of things. There's a good month's work in that cartload.
All right, I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their asses for me.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety into them.
Here we go, missing cart. So
Can I
that's our
ask you
quest.
What is it?
All right.
Time.
I think we got everything that we need from him. Most important thing now is to go to bed. Well, not go to bed, but at least drop some stuff off so we're not overburdened. We've done enough strength training and vitality training for the day. So our room and board is right back here. Ooh, vitality is level 12. We're pretty close to strength level 12. It might make sense just to tough it out and get a little teensy bit more. No, you know what? Let's just, I don't want to. The only reason we did that is because I didn't feel like waiting. You know, you're going to use the same nourishment anyways. You might as well get something out of it. So let's collect all the stuff from here. So we get some repair kits, gloves, and a leather apron. If we decide to repair some items, we want to put those on. So maybe we'll use that for a second outfit so you can change your outfits quickly here. We'll have one just for repairs. And if we go over here to our other tab, we've got armor's kits. We can repair these. That should give us a decent amount of XP. I don't want to repair any of these swords because we can do those on our own and get XP for it without having to use up our kits. So here we go. Reinforced bludgeon. So we'll get that back up to full health. We don't have anything for the marksman, but we have a decent amount for the tailor. But we'll repair everything we've got except for the swords. Actually, let's drop stuff off and then we'll go sharpen our swords. Now, we do start with some stuff in here. I don't really want to use it, though. So I'll probably just leave these alone. I might accidentally use some of these clothing, but I'm just going to leave it for now. Yep, it's not really in the spirit of the challenge to use stuff that's just given to you freely like that. Let's get rid of our arrows, all this excess stuff. We'll probably sell things in the near future, but for now, let's just get rid of things. I don't think we need the repair gear either. I'm just going to get rid of it. We'll grab it later. We'll hang on to a handful of these potions, maybe 2 Nighthawks. Probably don't need more than 1 or 2 Henry Fox. And then we definitely don't need any of this stuff. We're not going to be doing any crafting or alchemy right now. We'll do it again in the near future, but right now let's just get back to work. So we'll drop all this stuff off. We're down to 35 out of 112. I kind of want to keep some of this stuff. Yeah, we don't need most of this. But the repair kits are kind of nice to have. And they're not that heavy, so I think we'll hang on to it. We'll run like this. We need to learn these sketches. Let's learn both of these. Unfortunately, you don't get XP for doing those. It's the alchemy recipes that you get XP for reading. So.
Doesn't it bother you walking around here like some
Oh, you're right. I took my clothes off. Sorry, lady.
animal?
Right, there we go. We've got a couple swords here. Let's equip this one, and then we'll sell this level 2. This one's a level 3, so the stats are going to be better. Also want to have a bludgeon, so that way if we come across anybody that's got armor, we will need it. The mod that we have, one of them changes all the stats of the weapons and armor.
I need to sharpen this.
That one should be at 100. There we go. With this one, we need to get up to 100, and also get that perk to activate anyways. So that'll give us another 10% on top of it.
That's more like it.
There we go, 100%. And you can see the damage is 7 more than what we would have if we were using the tier 2. So that's a pretty good increase. Let's go sell it.
Show me your wares.
So if we sell it, it is worth 5.7 groschen, which isn't much. But
I'd like to discuss.
But aye, you'll convince me with that price.
there we go. We got 5.8 out of them. Now we need to head down to Samin, which is all the way down here, and then we need to head over to the place where we stashed all our money. We've kind of goofed off a bit, so a lot of our money is decayed away, but if we get there by the end of the day, I think we'll still have a decent amount of it to grab, so that's not that big of a deal. There will be a decent amount of fighting here as well, so we do have to be careful, but first thing first, we'll head from Takov down the road, and then we'll follow this road all the way down to Samin, and we'll pick up our horse, hopefully. I don't know if we can actually do it. We might have to steal it or something, but we'll deal with that in a sec.